Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Husna Jatsiyah. I'm from class 4A. Today I want to read my PPT about The Little Prince. The Little Prince. Background: Little Prince or Le Petit Prince. Little Prince published by Gramedia author Anthony de Saint-Exupéry. Original title Le Petit Prince. Translator Winkarjo et al. Illustrator Anthony de Saint-Exupéry. Cover designer Anthony de Saint-Exupéry. France. French genre novels Indonesian language. Published Pustaka Jaya Gramedia. Date of issue 1979. Date published English 1943. Le Petit Prince or The Little Prince is a novel by Anthony de Saint-Exupéry, published in 1943. This French novel has been translated into over 300 languages and dialects and has sold over 140 million completions to date. Saint-Exupéry himself was a pioneer of world commercial aviation in Europe, Africa, and South America. As a lumberjack, he was involved as a French interdiction fighter in World War II, which made him a hero of France. The Little Prince book was voted the best book of the 20th century in France. This book was first published in the original language in Indonesia in 1950 by publisher G.B. Walters, who published simultaneously in Groningen or Netherlands and Jakarta in Indonesia. The Indonesian translation was published by Pustaka Jaya in 1979 and then published in two different versions by Gramedia 2003 and 2010. And next, synopsis. The story begins when the character of the story is still small. One day he drew a picture of a boa constrictor eating an elephant. However, when he showed the picture to adults, they told him to start learning other things such as arithmetic, geometry, geography, grammar, and so on. They also told him to stop drawing. In the end, this kid stopped drawing and grew up to become a pilot. As a pilot, he often carries his drawings with him. Sometimes he always discusses the picture with his colleagues, however, none of the adults who understand the image he made. In the next chapter, it is told that the pilot was stranded in the Sahara Desert because his plane crashed. When he was repairing his plane alone in the middle of the desert, a little prince approached him and asked him to draw a ship. Without giving any future explanation, the pilot said he couldn't draw a ship, and he showed me a picture of a boa constrictor he had drawn. Surprisingly, the little prince understood the pilot's drawing. However, he still asked the pilot to draw a ship. The pilot also made several pictures but was rejected by the prince. The pilot then drew a box and said that in the box there was a ship. The little prince was able to see the lamp in the box and finally accepted the picture. Several days they were together in the middle of the desert. The pilot then begins to understand that the little prince is from other planet, namely a small asteroid the size of a house and has three volcanoes. Two or the three volcanoes are still active, while one is no longer active. Told about the continuation of the journey of the little prince on Earth. Other encounters with various people on Earth, including the pilot. Advantages of the Little Prince novel. The Little Prince book is not just for children. This book is written very beautifully and has deep meaning when read by adults. This book can provide a lot of teaching for young children who will grow up, as well as reflection for adults who were on children. The Little Prince book uses the point of view of a children and uses plain and simple language. Therefore, this book is able to touch the heart of readers to feel the various emotions that are told. Not even a few readers cry because they read this book. This Little Prince novel is very thin with a total of only 120 pages. However, the philosophical message and meaning that can be drawn from this book can be remembered for a lifetime. This book is also considered by some to be one of the guidelines for becoming adults who do not forget the soul of children. Shortage of The Little Prince. Some readers find The Little Prince book difficult to understand as it contains many metaphors that reveal the ego as an adult. This then makes the reader have to read it repeatedly to be able to understand its meaning. And the last moral message of the Little Prince novel, sometimes remembering that we were once children is not a childish thing, but something that can remind us of our true identity. One will be able to see very well to his heart, for the most important things in life are usually invisible to the naked eye. Humans sometimes often forget that they have responsibility for what they already have or have time. In fact, at first they never wanted or even crave it. We are sometimes less grateful for what we have. Don't like to judge someone without knowing he is quality or not. I think it's enough. I'm sorry and thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.